Hello there, Crafty Crandall here, and today I'm going to do something fun. Ergo Josh, one of the art YouTubers here, issued a challenge. So I'm going to partake in that challenge, and I am going to create 3 illustrations using the same reference, and I'm going to do 10-minute illustrations with 1 minute rest in between to kind of contemplate and see what I like, what I don't like, and then turn around and do the exact same illustration again. So he's calling this the 3x or the 3 times challenge, and I'm looking forward to completing it. So with that intro, let's jump right into the challenge and see where we're at. So as far as materials go for this challenge, I'm going to be using my Tombow Mono eraser in the fine point one. I'm going to be using a pencil sharpener if I need it. I have my paper here. This is actually marker paper from Canson. It is marketed toward hand lettering, so I've never actually used it before. I've got a whole pad of this paper, so I'm going to use it here. Typically, I would use Bristol board for my graphite illustrations, but in this case, I think I'm just going to use this paper because I don't care if I mess it up, and I'm not really sure how this is going to turn out. So we're going to use paper I don't care much about. I also then have my 2H pencil here. This is just the General Pencil Company brand. And then I've got a blending stump. Not sure what brand this is, but I think it came in a pack actually with this pencil. So there you have it. Now, as far as a reference goes, I am going to be using this picture here. I'll post it on the screen. And this is a picture that I found while scrolling through Instagram. It is Diamante. She is a music artist who I follow and have seen in person. And I just really liked how this picture looked. So I'm going to attempt to draw it here. Now, I only have 10 minutes for each illustration, so I can tell you with certainty that this will not be a very detailed or very well-constructed piece, because typically if I were to do this portrait, you know, in its entirety, it would take about an hour and a half to 2 hours probably at least, just to get the graphite portion done. So it's not going to look great, but I'm going to do my best and see how it goes. And then hopefully, you know, through the iterative process of this challenge, it can look better on the 3rd iteration than it did on the 1st. At least that's the concept we're going for, right? Here we go. I'm going to have Siri start a timer for me. I have my reference off to the side so that I can see it, and we'll get started. And actually, I'm going to, before I do that, adjust my reference so that it is directly in front of me so that I can see it well and not have to like move around at all. So here we go. Hey Siri, set a timer for 10 minutes.
Okay, 10 minutes and counting.
And we're off. All right, so that is time. Now I've got 1 minute, so it is currently 6:28, to kind of reflect on what I like and what I don't like. So if I compare this to my reference, well, first of all, her eyes are too big. That much is clear. And additionally, her mouth is too big. So I don't like the lips. I don't really like the eyes. I'm disappointed that I didn't space this properly, so realistically, her face should have been up here. So I'll try to fix that on the next one, but I mean, that might make for a poor comparison, but honestly, the point of this exercise, I think, is to improve, you know, with each iteration. So I'm going to try to fix that and try to make her eyes a little bit better and go from there. But honestly, oh, and her face shape is kind of odd. Obviously, if I were to actually do this portrait, it would look a lot better, but all right, it's 6:29, so I need to get started on my next iteration of this. So I'm going to attempt to place this piece of paper exactly where my other piece of paper went, and then I will go from there. So let's get started. Hey Siri, set a timer for 10 minutes.
Okay, 10 minutes and counting.
And that is time again. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop my timer. Now we've got a minute, so it's 6:40. So we're gonna wait a minute until our next one. Now, I'm not gonna compare it to the first one yet. As far as this one is concerned, I do not like this eye at all. And actually, I don't know if it's like, I don't like this eye in reference to this eye, or if this eye just needs help. I think I needed to extend this line up a little bit further and fix it. I like how the nose came out way better, and actually the lips, I think, are better. Her eyes might still be a bit too big, but I mean, her eyes are really just like the prominent feature. So if I were to stylize this, I would probably make the eyes bigger anyway. So I don't know if it's as much of a problem. This distance is too big, so her mouth needed to come up a bit. And then her eyes are just tough because the eyelashes have like so much more detail to them than I'm willing to take the time to put in. And they are so much darker. Like, I'm not getting a good range of values either. So that's my 2 cents on this piece. It is about time to get started with the last one. So I'm gonna give that a shot, and then we will evaluate and see how I did. So actually, before I move this, are you still in frame? Before I move this, I'm gonna put my piece of paper right in the same place. There we go. All right, so time, unfortunately, didn't get to finish again. But here's my third piece. I'm not sure. Not sure how I feel about any of these. Obviously, if I had the time to make a full illustration, like, I would fix all of this stuff. All right, let's review how we did. So this is number 3, the one that I just completed. Here is number 2. And then number 1, which does not help you because you can't see it. There you go. So, my thoughts. I don't like any of them. I honestly think that if this eye had been fixed on number 2, like, this would not have been a bad illustration. I just don't like that eye. It's interesting that, like, I scaled the face up in every case. I kind of like the level of, I don't know, contrast in this one. Like, I think that because I got a lot more time to do some of the shading, it actually makes it look a little bit more polished. Like, it does not look like the reference, but if this were its own illustration of, like, some random woman, then it would look okay. I really like the nose here. I think that the nose here is definitely the best. And I'm not mad about the mouth either, actually. I kind of like the way that I was able to shade the mouth and everything. This third one, I just don't know. Honestly, the third one to me, surprisingly enough, and I don't understand how this is the case, but the third one to me looks the worst. What are your thoughts? I would absolutely love to hear it. This has been an interesting challenge. Like, Ergo Josh, thanks for posing this one for all of us to go out. I might do this again with something that's not a face. I might try this with, like, a tree or something. Not sure what yet, but stay tuned and maybe we'll find out together. Let me know down below in the comments which one of these illustrations is your favorite. Let me know if maybe I misinterpreted the challenge. Maybe I don't know. I'm surprised. I'm just really surprised that, like, the third one came out the worst. And in my opinion, I mean, if your opinion varies, please let me know, but I'm very curious. All in all, I think that the lesson here is that I've got a lot to learn with my portraits. I mean, obviously this gets you drawing, it gets some mileage into your hand, and there's no way to not get better by practicing. So 100% worth it, 100% like, go give this a try and see what your results are. I would love to see them, and I'm sure that Ergo Josh will be looking out at the hashtags for this. I'm going to post this on my Instagram and ask my Instagram followers what they think, if they think that any of these are any good. And yeah, with that, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!